Hey, 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 and welcome to Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. I'm your host, Dr. Jamaican Joan, but please don't go anywhere because we are going to be right back. Welcome back to Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. Again, I'm your host, Dr. Jamaican Joan, and as always, I'm super excited to bring you Influential Thursday and to bring it to your households. Of course, tonight it will be no different. So wherever you're watching from, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for tuning in week after week to Influential Thursday. If you've been watching for the past couple of weeks, you know that the next 10 weeks, well, we're up to week 3 of the 10, is dedicated to RISA Incorporated, our nonprofit, upcoming 10th year anniversary. So for 10 weeks, and again, we are in week 3, we will have members from RISA Incorporated to join me on stage. And so we can have a conversation. We can show you some of what's going to be taking place. And, just to invite you to be a part of us, to invite you to come on out to the event, and just to invite some more. So here with me tonight is the amazing Miss Renee Richards. Hello, Renee. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. And so Renee and I, we're connected in certain ways, besides the fact that we are women. Renee is also from Jamaica, and if you watch this show long enough, you all know that I am the proud Dr. Jamaican Jones. So, yes, I have one of my yardie here with me tonight. And not only that, we are connected through sisterhood, through Sigma Gamma Rho sorority. Mm-hmm. And not just we're connected as soror sisters, we are actually line sisters. So yes, so we're about to be extra, right? Yeah. So Renee, before I delve into any of my questions or any of the things that I'll be sharing tonight, is there anything you want to share with the viewers about yourself to properly introduce yourself to our viewers?
Not much. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be a part of Influential Thursdays. It's been a great experience being a part of RISA, and there's much, much more to come. So looking forward to everything.
All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go to a video that will give us an insight as to what we are going to be talking about tonight. So let's please take a look.
Dr. Joan Henry Fields, Visionary and Executive Director for RISA Incorporated presents Celebrating 10 Years of Empowering Women and Girls in the DMV and Beyond. Join RISA Incorporated on the 27th of September for an inspiring anniversary celebration featuring special speakers, music, a fashion show, delicious food, and heartfelt awards. Hosted by Sharon Addison. It will be held at 337 Brightseat Road, 201, Hyattsville from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. We'll also be awarding scholarships to future leaders. Be part of this momentous occasion. Register now at Eventbrite and search for RISA 10th Year Anniversary.
Yes, so that's an introduction as to what we are going to be talking about tonight. And throughout this broadcast, I will be sharing various videos and stuff that really highlights some of who's going to be there and what's going to be taking place. So as with the other two broadcasts, you know me, I'm a certified speaker, so I love to speak, I love to talk, I love to share information, right? So tonight I have a few nuggets I'm going to be dropping earlier on in the show and towards the end of the show. And I'm going to be going from the theme that we have here tonight. If you look at the screen, it says, Rooted in Grace, Rising Through Service. And as I mentioned, Renee here is my soror sister. And if we don't know how to do anything else, we know how to serve. Our sorority is built on service. And let me use this time to shout out our illustrious sorority, Sigma Gamma Rho Incorporated, and our chapter, Zeta Tau Sigma of the Prince George's County chapter. And of course, our line, the Q17, quintessential 17. Yes, so yes, we are all about service. No matter where you find us, we are always doing something from the service arena. So again, looking at the topic, rooted in grace, rising through service. You know, rising through service means choosing to be the light in someone else's darkness, the helping hand when others feel weak, because we're going to have that weak moment in our lives, right? We're going to be that helping hand when somebody else feel weak. We're going to be the voice of encouragement when hope is fading. Service is not a task, it's a calling. You know, Renee, I'm going to say that again for the people in the back who didn't hear this. Service is not a task, it's a calling. It transforms us from the inside out and plants seeds of change everywhere we go. And that is why a lot of people, I'm going to start this nonprofit, but guess what? They don't last because they see it as a task. Oh, that's something I got to do. But when it's a calling, when it's in your DNA, when you were born to serve, there is nothing that's going to hold you back. See, the entire RISA Incorporated is built on service, servant leadership. And as I've shared many times, the organization RISA, it was first created in honor of my late grandmother, which of course now become in memory of my late grandmother. She has taught me everything that I know about servant leadership. She wasn't the kind of person that sees service as a task. It was a calling for her. And because of that, it doesn't matter who, when, where, she was always that person in the area where we're from in Jamaica. To be specific, Victoria District in Clarendon, Jamaica, West Indies.
Nice.
You know that you could go to her, whether it was clothing, food, or otherwise. And so because she was the one that raised me since I was beautiful and 2 weeks old, I've learned everything from her because I'm always behind her.
Right.
So yes, it's not a task, it's a calling. It's a calling that transforms us from the inside out and plant seeds of change everywhere we go. My servant leadership started back in Jamaica, and I took it all the way across the Caribbean Sea, and now
Right here.
utilizing it right here in the United States of America, right? So each act of kindness, every moment of support, every sacrifice made in love, these are all the bricks of legacy. And on September 27th, that is what I'm going to be celebrating, legacy.
Yep.
When grace and service walk together, they build a life not just for success, but of significance, right? It's not about, oh, I want to be successful, so I'm going to be doing this. Because if in your mind, you're doing something so significant, right? But it's not a life of success. You're doing something and you're successful, but there's no significance to it.
Right.
You would have wasted your time, right?
Yep.
So we're not here by accident. Understand that. We are here on purpose, with purpose, and for purpose. All three of them, they're married to each other, right?
Yes.
We are rooted in grace, the unshakable foundation that reminds us that we are enough, even as we grow. Grace teaches us to forgive ourselves, to rise from the falls, and to move forward with compassion for ourselves and others. Because we have to, like we say in our sorority, give somebody grace. We got to give ourselves grace.
Somebody
We
great.
got to give another person grace. We got to forgive others. And we absolutely must forgive ourselves, because until we forgive ourselves, it's kind of hard to forgive others, because there's always going to be that lingering, whatever you call it, but we don't want, so we're going to forgive ourselves, we're going to forgive others, right? From this place of grace, we rise. And we rise not for applause or position, but to serve. We rise through service, where the real work happens, where lives are changed, where legacies are built. Service is where the heart meets hustle, because it's a hustle, y'all. I'm telling you,
What a word.
it's a hustle. It's where love meets leadership and where humility becomes power. I know that with Risa Incorporated, I could say beyond the shadow of a doubt that we are one of the most humble group that you could find anywhere, but we serve powerful. We
Yeah.
are humble and yet powerful.
Yeah.
We may not be the one that everybody read about on the news and in the paper, and but we're doing our thing.
Yeah.
We are doing our thing. Yep, and that's what it's all about. So now that I've given the first part of Rooted in Grace, Rising to Service, let's take a look at another video that talks about the event.
10 years of impact, and the celebration is about to begin right here in the DMV. You're cordially invited to commemorate a decade of empowerment with RISA Incorporated, championing women and girls throughout Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, and beyond. So get ready for an unforgettable evening brimming with inspiration, featuring insightful words from our special guest speakers, soul-stirring musical tributes, a fashion show, delectable foods to savor, a heartfelt awards recognizing the incredible journeys we've shared. And that's not all. We'll also be celebrating the future by awarding scholarships to deserving young women. This is your opportunity to connect with a passionate community of supporters, witness firsthand the transformative power of RISA Incorporated, and raise a toast to the brilliant futures we are forging together. Trust us, you'll want front row seat for this momentous anniversary celebration, so register today.
That's right. Register today. Yes, definitely register today for this amazing event. And if you're wondering, how do I register? On the screen, there is the information. You could get your ticket on Eventbrite. And I would love to see your face in the place. And if you're watching from out of the country, in another state, and if you just can't make it, you could also sponsor someone to come to this event. Yeah, we do a lot of sponsorship too. So don't let them your zip code limit you from coming to this event. So we're going to talk about that some more. So let me delve into the questions for you, Renee. So you have been a dedicated part of RISA Inc. For quite some time. So what first inspired you to get involved and commit your time and energy to this cause?
Well, like what we've been discussing over the past few minutes is the impact on the community, right? RISA's mission has been to help women and girls that have been disadvantaged or struggling in any way. And for us to take the initiative to go out into the community and give blankets and food and gifts of any sort that they might need. That's what I signed up for. And I've been seeing that growing more and more within each event that we have. I've been lucky to be serving as the treasurer. And so we've just been seeing how everything has been feeding into us as we're feeding into the community. And it's been lovely to see.
Awesome. So viewers, you hear that she's the treasurer. She needs to see some more money. Okay. So for our listeners who might not know about RISA, and I know you just share some stuff, right? In your own words, could you briefly tell the viewers about the work we do and how we make a difference in our local community?
Sure. So the difference has been with or focused women and children or women and girls, but it's also impacted other members of the community, elderly, males, and so forth. But it's more so going out. We've had the Chili on a Chili Day event not too long ago where we gave out chili and blankets to members of the community. We have RISA Sparkles that I'm sure you've heard about over the past couple of weeks, where we're giving back to young girls in the community and so forth. And stuff like that is what we're geared towards. And we've been doing that and accomplishing great things just by giving back to those who need it in the community.
Okay, awesome. And that's the thing. Sometimes you cannot. Sometimes you have to go outside a little bit of your mission statement because it clearly states for women and girls. But for example, when we go down to the D Street shelter, with everybody lining up, how do I say, well, sir, you can't be on the line? I can't do that. I can absolutely not do that. I'm serving food. You're hungry. You're going to get food. So, but we know who we are, whose we are, what we do. But that doesn't stop us from supporting other people in need, because at the end of the day, we're going to support the need and, get back to the mission later. Right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. 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 So we are going to be having our keynote speaker is the one and only Miss Kenita Ledbetter. And this young girl, she's a preacher. She's a motivational speaker. She's a businesswoman. I mean, I'm telling you, I'll talk about business savvy. That's her. So she will be our keynote speaker. So let's just take a look at her ad.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the year. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebrate and have a good time. It's time.
Yeah, I see you dancing over there. But yes, we are going to be celebrating and we will definitely have a good time. And if you want to join us, the information is scrolling on the screen. Register today so that you can be a part of this wonderful, wonderful celebration. And that's not all. We have our MC, the one and only the Sharon Addison, out of New Jersey, will be in the house. And if you've never been at an event with Sharon as the host, she's funny as all outdoors. So you don't want to miss this. Now let's take a look at her advertisement. Yes, and you notice that one has a little different. It has a little reggae beat to it because, of course, yes, Sharon is from Jamaica, so I had to make sure she had her little music. And Renee, you're the techie person, but guess what? I'm the Canva girl. I made all these videos myself.
I'm really great.
I'm quite the Canva girl. I look back at these things and I'm like,
Yeah, you did that.
I did that.
You did that.
So one of the things that I'm sure you may have noticed by now, and I want to highlight this because I wouldn't want anyone to say, well, I didn't know how to register. After every advertisement, it's on screen how you can register. It even has a little scan me. Mm-hmm. So there's zero reason besides it's scrolling down on the bar right there. So yes, in all seriousness, please come out and support us. We've been doing this for 10 years. That's not no easy. For 10 years of unwavering through thick and thin, cold, no matter what's going on, we have been doing this. Yes, even during the pandemic, we gloves up, mask up, whatever help we had to do, we did that up and we went out there serving the homeless and, just doing what we have to do. Right. So let me get on back to you now. So can you share a specific story or a truly memorable moment for your volunteer work where you saw RISA firsthand made a difference in someone's life?
So it actually piggybacks off of what you mentioned not too long ago about serving the homeless shelter at D Street. They weren't really expecting people to come out there and do what they did, but we went out there and we were just giving to anybody that needed it. With the emphasis on service and giving back to the community, you see how you just showing up and doing a good deed really impacted somebody that needed that blanket, needed something to eat, needed somebody to see them and that they needed that support. So that was the most memorable.
Okay. Awesome, 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 awesome. And let me see what else I need to ask you. So as we celebrate our 10th anniversary, we are excited to award scholarships to two deserving young women. Either they could be just entering college or maybe they're already in college. So from your perspective, how vital is this for this investment in these students and their families? And why should our listeners consider donating to these to our this very important cause?
Because this is the future. This is the future of the community. This is the future of, life itself. We are giving back to the next generation and making sure that they're good, making sure that they're supported. We're making sure that the women of the community feel supported, because we're going through so much that it's very hard to feel seen and feel like you have people there in your corner. Risa is doing is giving back and making sure that they're good, at least for the short time that we can support them, that they have some form of support. You should give back because you can, because it's not hard, and we have different ways that you can support. If it's not in person, if it's not volunteering with your time, then it's giving back monetary ways. So it's multiple ways to go about it, and just do what you can. The community needs it.
Oh, absolutely. And I want to highlight something that we did in back in December. So one of our signature programs, because we have about 3 of them, is our Angel Tree program. And I feel the need to repeat this because maybe somebody is watching the show for the first time, and I want folks to understand the impact that we're really making in the community. In December of 2024, for our Angel Tree program, we adopted a family of 12. Mama 13, grandmother 14, right? 12, 13, 14. And so it was such an amazing time, because not that we've never had that many kids, but just not from the same household. So that was definitely different for us. I was like, nah, we're not going to do 2 or 3 families. We're going to do just one, And these are some of the most adorable children that you can find. And we partner because, see, like my late grandmother used to say, Renee, one hand cannot clap. She always said, try clapping with one hand and see just if that's going to work out. So as a result, it's okay to partner with other people. It's not about you, me, I got. No, partnership helps. Partnership is important, right? So as a result, and because I always love to talk, I presented this to the owner of the gym that I go to. And it's Miss Marie Johnson over there in Fitness for Less in Bowie, Maryland. Shout out to Fitness for Less gym. And so we split the list in 2. And she took 6, I took 6, and then she had her members to help to support. And, my Risa team, we did our thing with the other 6. But what I want to highlight is these weren't the typical wish list with, I need a baby doll, I need some Reese's Buttercup. No, these were real stuff. I'm talking about iPhone, computer, bed. Yes. But guess what? We gave them every single thing that they've asked for. We were able to deliver. Some straight to the home. Like the bed didn't go to the event. It went to the home. And that was a very proud moment to know that we come together and it wasn't just Risa at this point. We activate our power of collaboration and we made it happen, right? Mm-hmm. And the extension of that during the event, I always like to, whenever something is placed on my heart, I'm one of those bold persons that I will ask, because guess what? You're either going to tell me yes or you're going to tell me no.
Because man, don't get fed.
You can't beat me. You're going to tell me yes or you're going to tell me no, right? So, hey, it's either yes or no. So I asked the mom, I said, well, I told her she didn't have to answer the question right there and then. Mm-hmm. She could think about it. But I said, how do you feel about Risa continuing a relationship with the 3 oldest girls? Because the organization is for women and girls. Right. No, she didn't hesitate. She said yes. See, I like a yes person in this case, right? Yeah. Sometimes you can't be the yes person, but in this situation, I love the power of yes.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, so after we get out of all these noise and celebration, I'll just let you know. So fast forward, we've adopted the three oldest girls
Mm-hmm.
to the organization. So now they're called the Risa Sparkles that you mentioned earlier. And so we've been in their lives, they send us their report cards. They've always made the dean's list. I love my girls so much. You don't even understand. And since December, we have hosted. So one of my other board member, she's helping me with the Young Women's Ministry. So we had a wellness day at my home. And, we went through whatever we discussed and games and everything. But our activity for the day was lip gloss making. And so we did we had a lip gloss making kit we ordered from Amazon, and we made our lip gloss. And they were sparkly. Needless to say, they were made by Risa Sparkles. So you were sparkling, all right. And this past July 5th, my husband and I, we hosted a cookout for them. 4th of July, quote unquote. It was July 5th, but nonetheless,
Wow.
It was the weekend, and we had a cookout for them at the house, and a few other RISA members came through and some other friends, and we had a great time. Wow. And on the 23rd of this month, they have requested a movie day in-house. They're not even asking to go out, but guess what? They want me to cook. But Ms. Joan, we want you to cook. All right, well, besides talking a lot, cooking is my next love. So, yeah, so we are involved with them because, Renee, one of the things I look at, we've been doing the Angel Tree for many years. And I promise you, I can walk past any of those children that we've given stuff to, and I wouldn't be able to tell you, oh, this is, I don't know, because there was no relationship. So my thing is that I made that promise that we're going to take it away from just the giving of gifts and the celebration with food and music. There got to be more to this. And that's where the relationship, that's the part that was missing. And I'm so glad that I caught onto it. So as we enter into our 10th year, that's something that we have now, we're going to build on the relationship, because it's one thing to give, but you need to have that relationship, because now we are able to watch these young women grow from the Risa Sparkles to just becoming a Risa team member, because we're going to have them in our lives for a very long time. Right. They are precious. They are super precious. I'm telling you. So we can, like I said, partnership, sponsorship. This is how we manage to do what we've been doing for 10 years. Because just in case you're wondering, no, we're not receiving any big grants. You can ask my treasurer right here.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No, we haven't received any grants. But guess what? We have kind-hearted people such as you who are watching that give donation, whether in kind or monetarily, or even of your time volunteering. And that's how we made it happen. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I even want to get a grant, because, a lot of folks, you get the grant and then you do everything that you shouldn't be doing. I mean, without a grant, we are doing the daggone thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, look, if I never get a grant for this,
what about it?
You know what they could do though is like somebody could donate a house where I could do transitional housing. I'm putting it out there. Y'all know Jamaican Joan. I put things out there. If you have a house that you're not using, let me utilize it for you. We're looking for a place for transitional housing for our women who are coming out of a homeless shelter, out of an abused relationship, out of post-incarceration.
Yeah.
We could utilize that place. Don't just keep it there, let it grow cobwebs and bugs and everything. Let us put it to use for you.
Care of it, yeah.
So that was an advertisement by itself, right? So back to the fact that we have partnerships and sponsors that help us to get things done. And the person I'm going to be bringing up on the screen, she is the Jacqueline McSears Bowles, Senior Vice President at the Industrial Bank. And when I say for the 10 years, she has been involved in making sure that we get little funding here and there, to at least pay for our foods for our events from the bank. So I definitely want to shout out Industrial Bank, but our real advocate there is Jacqueline, because she always like, okay, did you fill out this form? This is where you go to the website. She always makes sure that we get things done for the people that we serve. So now let's take a look at her advertisement. Yes, so Jackie will definitely be receiving the Impact Award. And then the other award that we're going to be giving out is to Queen Angel, as we refer to each other in our group, in our team as queens. We are queens and kings, right? And in short, Queen Angel sang at the ribbon cutting ceremony. So needless to say, she's been around, right? And so we're going to be acknowledging her with an award. So let's take a look at her advertisement. Man, I tell you, I'm going to get the Canva Award for 2025.
The music choice and the visuals, very good.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Yep. So we definitely gonna be. She's receiving the Uplift Award, and when I tried to figure out, okay, what am I gonna call this? Then I had to look at her to see the things, what she's about, what is it that she do. She is our minister of prayer, where we do our prayer call once a month, the first Saturday of the month, and that's lifting other people up in prayer. So that was kind of how I was able to form the name for her award. So, and I'm sure she'll love it. Then, of course, we have to have some fun. We must have some fun. So we're going to have some folks doing the runway. Mm-hmm. So my dear good friend, Miss Tia Collins, she's going to be, she's putting together a mini fashion show that we're going to be able to enjoy right after dinner. And so let's take a look at Tia and her company, so you could at least put a face to the name. And so when you come, you're going to see her and you're going to be like, oh, so this is Tia that Joan was talking about. Here we go. Yes, definitely happy 10th year to Risa. And so, Renee, like I said, can no one say they didn't know how?
Oh, I totally agree.
to register, because it's there for you to scan. It's there, and it's there some more. So earlier I raised a question about the scholarship and why we should give back, and you gave a very good response to that. So I'm gonna bring up the advertisement for the scholarship now, just so we can take a look to see some of the logistics. And all these are on my social media page. If you want to go back and replay, pause it, and then, so you could get the information. This year, we're going to be giving away some money, to two deserving young women. And as of now, even the closing date for all of the application is going to be August 15th. And I received one of the two already. So if you're out there and you're watching and you have someone who's either going to college for the first time or they are already in college, listen, put in your application. I'm just going to keep it 1,000 transparent. Each recipient will receive $1,000. And you can tell me that somebody out there won't know what to do with $1,000. Nobody gave me $1,000 when I was going to college. So guess what? This is your opportunity. We're trying to throw back into, into your school. And we may do a third one. I don't know. But right now, the commitment is at 2, right? So apply. We still want everything to be done out of integrity and honesty, because that's what we live by. So we're not going to just handpick someone just because we want you to follow the process. We want you to apply. And there are some rules with that, but I'm going to get to that. But let me show the advertisement first. Yes, so we have the email that shows where you submit that application. And yes, I will be running it through my system to check for AI generated and plagiarism of any kind, because we are in college. I don't want to be that person to contribute to any sort of, we have to make sure that academic integrity is followed at all costs. Whether you're applying for a scholarship or not, you are in college. That 500 words, that should be easy. But make sure it's coming from you, from your own gut. We're not looking for the perfectly written essay, but we will know if it's been plagiarized, because again, the good old doctor in me, I'm going to run it through Grammarly, and my Grammarly is up.
Yeah.
It's not the cheap version. This one checks for AI and everything else. So please, please, please use your own words. Academic integrity is very crucial to your success. Don't depend on just throwing stuff in Chat GPT and just generate something. You don't want to lose your skill of writing. You want to still make sure those things are meant to enhance your work, not to do it for you. But I find where a lot of people, they have no concept of that. They throw it in there. And then with some of the things you look at, Renee, if you're a good reader or writer and you look at it and you look at the person it's coming from, you already know. You already know. No. Don't do that. Because it's not going to perfectly get it done for you. You got to put some skin in it. You got to put some work in it. Yeah. So please don't just throw something into Bardi or any of these things and then send it to me, because it will be rejected. But apart from that, I look forward to receiving a lot more applications, and we will decide if we're going to add a third one to it, right? So Renee, for anyone who's listening to this show right now, right, who's considering getting involved through maybe volunteering or maybe through financial sponsorship with RISA, what words of motivation will you give them? And if you notice, I said motivation, because what we're not going to do is bet. We're going to show you, we're going to tell you what we do, and we're going to give you words of motivation. And if you see it fit, if this is something that you're led to do, then by all means, Come on down. The door of the church is open. Come on down. So what would you say to that person who may be thinking about, donating or becoming a part of the team, but maybe they have, they're not sure? What would you say to them to motivate that person to join RISA Incorporated?
I would say do it. With regards to volunteering, we have a pretty large group, so there's numerous people you can reach out to. The information is on social media. It's just sending a DM or any type of message, contact numbers, email addresses. Just reach out, ask questions, and we'll be more than happy to share it. The work speaks for itself. So what you see is really what RISA has to offer to the community. If it's your calling, if you feel called to do it, by all means, just reach out, ask questions. And it's a great team to be a part of. It's a great initiative to be a part of. It's a strong mission statement, and we still stand by it from a year to 10 years, still standing by that mission statement. It's been good.
Yep. And I've decided I'm not going to change the mission statement. That's going to, no. The mission statement will stay just the way it is. And, folks, and just know that we value your time, and we don't expect you to participate in every single thing. Whatever time you can volunteer, whatever it is that you can do to help us help the community, that's all we're asking. There's no, if you want to come to RISA, you got to pay a monthly fee. We don't do that. Mm-hmm. We support, we do what we need to do when the time comes. We don't try to pressure anyone. So if you're looking for an amazing organization to donate to, we are fully incorporated. Yes, you will get your tax write-off letter. And instead of giving Uncle Sam that good old $5,000, $10,000, $200, please give it to RISA. We can sure put it to good use. So yes, we are halfway through the year. You may be planning who you want to give some money to help your tax burden. Hey, we're ready. Palms out, waiting to collect. So please think about us. Your money will be put to great use. Okay.
To everyone else. So yeah.
Absolutely. So we're nearing the end of the show. So please hang in there. Again, whichever platform you're watching from, thank you for tuning in to Influential Thursday. So tonight's sponsor for the show, which is the official sponsor for the event, is Out in the Fields LLC. Now let's take a look.
Are you in need of a professional cleaning service ready to enhance your living and commercial spaces with a high-quality clean like never before? Get ready to choose Out in the Fields LLC Cleaning Services. Our mission is to create healthier, more comfortable environments by offering reliable, efficient, and eco-friendly solutions. Our guarantee: we ensure the cleanliness of commercial, residential, and Airbnb properties, creating a positive impression on employees, customers, and visitors alike. We are thorough, ensure safe cleaning practices, are efficient, keep up to date with compliance, and offer a customer satisfaction experience. With integrity and honesty on every level, make the right choice and hire Out in the Fields LLC for all your cleaning needs today. Visit us today at www.outinthefieldslllc or call 240-423-1628.
And yes, I wouldn't be the good businesswoman that I am if I didn't promote my other business, because Out in the Fields, if you don't know, that's my company as well. And so we, like I said, don't give all the money to Uncle Sam, put it to good use. So we do sponsor a lot of stuff for RISA, for the nonprofit. So we are like the official sponsor. And so if you're looking any type of cleaning, our company, we do all things cleaning. And newly added as of last month to our list of services, we now have offered decluttering and counseling around the decluttering. We offer that. And we also offer junk removal. So those are the two new addition to the cleaning family. So if you're looking for, whether it's residential, commercial, medical facility, all things cleaning, decluttering, junk removal, that's us, Out in the Fields. And like you heard in the advertisement, integrity and honesty on every level. So yes, share, share, share. Okay. So, Miss Renee, so before I wrap the show up, is there anything else that you would like to share with the listeners about RISA, or, about our upcoming anniversary, or, the power of our involvement in the community in the DMV and beyond? Because we're not just in Maryland, we spread our wings now. So anything you would like to share?
No help is too small. You can volunteer in numerous ways, as we've mentioned before. There's numerous ways to give back to the community, and this is just one. We are very proud of what we do, and we've been doing a great job at it. So it's a good thing to be a part of. People will always need help, and it just takes that one person to reach out and change someone's life. So it could be you through RISA, but just give back however you can.
Absolutely. And I mentioned earlier about our one of our signature programs, which was the Angel Tree program. But I feel like I want to talk about our main signature program. And I know that's kind of main signature, same thing, but our signature program. That one is called our Right Now program. And it is, as said, right now. So the Right Now program, this is where we provide transportation or lodging, because folks may have a vehicle but don't have anywhere to go, or don't have any, vice versa, right? So this is for women and girls who are fleeing domestic violence or sexual violence. We don't want our ladies to go back into the situation, into the violent situation. So the Right Now program, we provide overnight stay. It could be a motel or Airbnb unit, and it's called Right Now because there's no time for intake. Your life is at risk. When we get you to safety, then we could collect your information. And so what we do, we get women and girls to safety, so from that place of safety, they can either call a family member, call a friend, or call a shelter, because you may not have either of the first two. And so we have resources, shelter resources, where they can call and follow up and to, because the program is to put you up for one night. It's just to get you to that place of safety so you can plan your next. However, I have seen in the past, I think this was in 2023, we were supposed to be putting someone up for one night, but we ended up doing like 3 nights. And there was an explanation for that, because she fled with her children, 4 children. She didn't have time to pack clothes or food. So, okay. So good old Risa, we put you up for overnight. And what are you going to eat? The kids are going to die from hungry. So we have to end up getting food. We have to end up getting some clothes. So it turned out that it was more than what we actually bargained for in terms of giving. But see, but there is really no limit on giving. You just have to meet that person's need. What are we going to say? Well, we only do give you a place to stay.
Right.
The lady and the children, they need something to eat. So we had to get food. We had to get clothes. And so that was like a different case. But for 98% of the time, we really, just get you to safety for you to plan your next. And that is our Right Now program. So viewers, I don't know what else to tell you. If this won't move you, I don't know what will, but I am encouraging you to support us as we support the community.
Right.
Earlier on in the program, I gave my spiel on our theme tonight, Rooted in Grace, Rising Through Service.
Yes.
So now I'm going to be doing part 2 of what I mentioned earlier, right? So to serve is to lead with hope in hands and hope in heart. You cannot serve like this. There is absolutely no way you're going to serve with a tight fist, okay? Hope in heart, hope in hands. That's how you serve. If you know even the serve sign, it's this. You're ready to serve. So serve is to listen before we speak. We do not have to have all the answer to somebody else's problem or their dilemma or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes people just want us to listen. They're not asking our opinion. We got to know when to listen and when to give advice or suggestion, right? So again, to serve is to listen before we speak, to give without expecting and to show up fully, boldly, and consistently. It can't be a one and done. That is not servant leadership. Servant leadership is ongoing. You continue with this thing. And that is why I know that we can proudly say that we are consistent with what we do. That is why we're about to celebrate 10 years of greatness, right? So greatness is not found in status. So what? I'm Dr. Joan Henry Fields. That doesn't make me great. I will put on my water boots, my raincoat, and I will be down there serving chili on a chilly day. And boy, was it chilly back in rain. No matter what, we're gonna be out there. Okay, it's not about status, but it's about the sacrifice. Because we're doing this for 10 years. If you don't believe that there have been some sacrifices, then you better think again. Okay, there've been some sacrifice. But hey, that's what we stand up for, right? A real elevation comes when we lift others as we climb.
Right.
There's no need for us to be up there climbing and just looking back at the other folk like, hey, you down there? No, we take them with us, right? We serve not because we have to, but because we get to. Not because we have to, not because we want to, because we get to. That's an opportunity. Do you know how many people wish they had the ability to serve? They had legs to walk, to go and do service, and they can't. We get that opportunity. It's not because we want to or because we have to, but because we get to. And I think that's the thing that some folks are missing, the get to part, because a lot of us take it for granted, right? But that's an opportunity all in itself. It's because someone saw us when we were invisible. It could have been your school teacher. I don't care who. Somebody saw you somewhere along the road when you might have been invisible to somebody else, but they saw the potential in you, right? Somebody did, because they saw you when somebody else didn't even think about you. Somebody was there to think about you. It's because someone gave when they had little, and now it's our turn. Being born and raised in Jamaica, I could tell you that we don't always have a lot. So somebody always there to give, and in return, my grandmother, it's not like she had it made like that. But no matter how small it was, she always find that little thing to give.
Right.
And she carry on with that even till when she migrated to the US for a couple of years, because of course she wanted to go back home. When she would come, she would stay in Brooklyn. And when it's time to go back home, every single member on the choir, nothing but a handkerchief. And let me tell you, that handkerchief means something to them folks, okay? The other day I looked in my drawer and I was like, what am I doing with all these handkerchiefs? I don't even use them. I was like, my grandmother would have definitely taken this to Jamaica to her church people. She give, Renee, I could share this with you because you understand my culture fully. As the oldest grandchild growing up, we usually play what we call playing ball outside, the yard. And there were some children from around the way that they know what time was dinner time. They would show up to play ball because they know that they're going to get some of grandmama's cooking, right? And let me tell you, if any given day there was any child missing from the group because maybe they had to do something, you best bet I had to take that food to their house. They wasn't there to get it themselves. Right. That's the kind of, my grandmother, she was just different. And that's why I'm glad that I'm able to carry out these legacies that she started, And, one might ask, how did we come up by the name Risa? For my listening audience, my late grandmother, her name was Theresa. So that's the last 4 letters of her name, which also the acronym stands for Rise, Elevate, Soar, Aspire, meaning all things moving upward. We're trying to get people out of a situation. We're trying to elevate people. Yeah. So yes, that's who she was. And I'm so glad that somebody showed up for me. Somebody instilled in me something that I can take, something that I could take all the way across the Caribbean Sea into a whole other country and using that thing to make a difference. Yeah. Oh, I wish she was here to see this. But nonetheless, I'm sure she's smiling down. So as to serve, we got to keep rising with integrity. That's my favorite word. Because in anything that we do, if there's no integrity, we're going to have a big problem.
Yeah.
Because without integrity, instead of people coming to you, instead of you being that magnet that draws people to you, you're going to be that repellent.
Yeah.
People are going to run away from you. Nobody going to want to do business with you, not even if you're trying to help them. You got to have integrity. And even at the event we had in December, when we served the family of 12, I made sure that integrity prevailed, because guess what? I had other people to bring their kids. Nobody was just sitting at the family wasn't just at a table by themselves, sticking out like a sore thumb. If you didn't know who was in the room, you wouldn't know who was in the room, because everybody, we didn't take no picture with the family of 12. No, we're not going to do that. We didn't do that. And, so it's all about making sure people can maintain their integrity, and we have to operate out of integrity at every calling, with intention and with impact.
Yeah.
We rise through the quiet acts and the public ones, right? So whether you're doing it quietly or whether you're doing it publicly, we rise through them, right? We rise when no one sees, and still we give our best, because service is not a moment, it's a mindset. Ooh, did I just say that? And if anybody knows me very well, I'm all about mindset. That is why my first book I've ever published, the title, The Power of a Positive Mindset. I'm all things mindset. I feel like I'm going to be the next Carol Dweck, that psychologist who's all about mindset. Yes, I love this woman to pieces, because that mindset thing, she's on something with that. Yeah. And grace is not about weakness. We talk about giving others grace. Grace is not about weakness. It is our superpower. Our superpower is grace, whether we're giving grace to ourselves or giving grace to someone else. It holds us together when life tries to break us apart. It keeps us grounded when success tempts us to forget, right? It gives us courage to serve even when it's hard, and the strength to rise again and again. Service is not easy. Service is hard, because that means you're going to set aside something that you want to do for yourself.
For somebody else.
90% of my service is on a Saturday.
Right. Oh,
I call Saturday my money making Saturday. So needless to say, it's a lot of service. Then I go take care of my business after that. Right. But it's a, you do it over and over again. When you love to serve, nothing will get in your way.
Right.
Rooted in grace. You're rooted in grace. You're rooted in grace. You rise through service. That's the topic. This is who we are. This is how we lead. This is how we live. I'm speaking for RISA. I can't speak about the other organization over there, but I know this is what we do. This is who we are with RISA. This is what we lead. This is how we live. So my viewers, I encourage you to stand tall, not because the world sees you, but because you're anchored in grace, right? And keep rising, because through your service, others will find the strength to rise too.
Yeah.
It is that strength, through our strength. If this was a woman who was in a domestic violence situation, it is our encouragement for her to rise.
Right.
And that is why I'm glad that was the word that I chose for the acronym, the very first word, rise.
And then elevate.
Rise. Yes. And so this is who we are. This is what we do. This is how we lead. This is Team RISA.
Yes.
And again, if you are watching, whether you're watching the live or the replay, first, let me thank you for taking time out of your busy night to tune into us. You can catch us here any Thursday. Outside of the 10-week, what I call RISA-thon, with featuring 10 of the RISA members, this is something I do every week. So yes, you can always find something influential on Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. So, Renee, I was born on a Thursday, so Thursday is my Thursday is my special day. Yes, I was born on a Thursday. I don't know why I decided to look that up. I said, oh, no wonder I love Thursday. Oh, I was born on a Thursday, in 1970, on a Thursday. Thank God for media that could go that far. So before I close out, I need to do something before I get in trouble, because I have, before I do that, let me bring up something here, because one might be asking, how can they donate to RISA?
Yes.
So here is the information scrolling on the screen. You can pause your phone or your computer, whatever you're watching from. We have secure giving through our very secure website. Don't be afraid to use your credit card. We have the lock on it. Good old GoDaddy secure website. Yeah, so you can give from the website. We have PayPal. We have Cash App.
Yeah.
There are plenty of ways that you can give if you want to give. And of course, you could always write a check. That's a given. And good old cash works too. So yes, if you want to support us, that's the information that you could use to support us. But also, now I want to bring up my shout out list, right? I don't want to get any private message about this, like you didn't show the shout out list, you didn't call my country. Oh no, so I'm gonna save myself that kind of trip. So shout out to all my loyal viewers locally and internationally. Shout out to all the viewers in Jamaica, home of Dr. Jamaica Joan and Renee, the Bahamas, the Virgin Islands, Canada, England, Cayman Islands, Kenya, Canada, Uganda, Anguilla, St. Martin, St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, and Finland.
Ooh.
If you do not see your country scrolling around, please message me and let me know so that I could add you to this international shout out list.
Yeah.
And everyone that watches the replay, thank you so much. Major shout out to Auntie Pauline up there in Germantown, Maryland. She's one of my faithful. Yes, and all my family over there in England, they're going to wake up and they're going to watch this later and they're going to love it. So thank you wherever you're watching from, whether it's the replay or if you watch live, whichever platform you watch from tonight, that is the show. Shout out to you. And thank you for tuning in to Influential Thursday week after week. I have been your host, Dr. Jamaican Joan. And until next time, you take care and make this $1 million day. Dr. Jamaican Joan and Soror Renee Richards, we are out. Have an amazing evening.